Welcome to Palm Springs, California at the California State Association of Counties Convention. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined today by Leonard Moty. He is a supervisor in beautiful, majestic Shasta County. You know, I'm a huge fan of your community. The Sacramento River, which goes right through Redding, and the Sundial Bridge. I'm a sycophant. I'm speechless. I just love your community. Let's talk about it. How's Shasta County doing? What can you tell us?
Well, you know, Shasta County, like everybody else, is struggling a little bit with the economy. But
right.
You know, one of the great things right now, it's raining, and raining, which is great for the North State. Shasta Lake is filling up, which is great for all the rest of California because all that water comes down later for our farmlands and for our drinking water and to help the fisheries, and so it's great.
Let's talk about the rain, because I have to tell you, I happen to be from Southern California, and we expected a banner year of rain in 2016, and we are very jealous because Northern California was supposed to get nothing, and we were supposed to get it all, and yet the exact opposite happened. Now, in some ways, that may be best for the state because Northern California has the ability to have lots of snow, and the snowpack will melt.
The
storage, exactly. Yes. And so talk us through what we saw in 2016, because the year rolled out very differently than we expected.
Well, we were very concerned after 2 really difficult years of drought, and then have that huge rainstorms throughout the spring, really brought our lake level from being almost 200 feet down from the top to actually full by about May.
And I have to tell you this, I've told you this before, I visited the lake before the 2016 rains, and the only way I could describe it was the lake looked lunar to me, because there were these landforms that were coming out from the lake that had this strange reddish Martian color, and it was spooky, and I knew the import of it, that we were in trouble.
When it gets that low, that's exactly what happens. And so we were so fortunate to catch up last year, and now this year we're starting off with our normal storage. So as long as the rains continue, we're going to be in a lot better shape this upcoming year.
What's really phenomenal for NorCal is that at this point, as we speak, 200 to 300% over average. Southern California continues to be under average at 60%. But talk us through, if we continue at this pace of rain in NorCal, how does that impact the entire state? Do the water wars get worse or better?
Well, I think it just shows us why we need more storage, because we're going to probably fill the lake up again, which means that'll be great for the North State. But there'll be a lot of rain perhaps during the season that will be lost down through the Sacramento River out to the ocean that we could be saving for future use in other parts of the state.
Can we talk about storage?
We can.
I remember in 2014, there was a bond on the ballot. It was called Proposition 1, and the voters of California passed it overwhelmingly, $7.545 billion for water projects, $3 billion of it, I believe, for surface water projects. Sir, it's 2017 in a minute. Where's construction? I don't see any construction going on. I don't see the Shasta Dam being increased. I don't see Pine Flat Lake. I don't see sites. What's going on? Help me.
Well, and we had this conversation before a little bit, but you're right. It's a long process. When you construct dams, it's a long process. But Sites Reservoir is moving forward. They've done a lot of the legwork already. They hope to actually maybe in 3-4 years start construction. It's probably a 7-year construction process. But it's a great project because it's off-stream storage, so you're not damming up a river.
Right.
And it's going to be a great way to keep our waterways functioning well, yet storing water for our future years.
But let me ask you about Shasta again. Now, I believe Shasta is a federal project. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Now, one could say a variety of things about the incoming administration, but Donald Trump has been pretty clear that he'd like to work on infrastructure projects. I don't know what that looks like, but I can envision Shasta Dam being increased as a wonderful infrastructure project. Can you, as a supervisor, talk to your friends in Washington to get that going?
Well, it's
a little more complicated than that.
A little more complicated,
Yeah,
but it is. They've got a plan for 12 or an 18-foot raising of the dam, which brings in, I think, another 1 million acre-feet of storage. There will be a lot of issues as they move forward with that. We're going to tread on some native ancestral lands.
Would we, though, just by raising the dam?
There are some areas along the McCloud River and Sacramento River that are considered sacred sites for the Native Americans, and that could be an issue. And you're going to have another issue with property owners and businesses who have stuff on the lake. they can be worked out,
But
I think.
I just wonder, look, I don't know a lot about a lot, but what I do know is it seems to me to be a little cheaper to increase the size of a dam than to build a whole new dam.
It is. It is.
And so, but we can't take Prop 1 dollars for that, can we?
No, that's all federal.
Okay.
But the feds are looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about what we're doing with the water we have today.
Yes.
Because that presents challenges. And I don't want to get into a debate about, fish or farmers. I mean, it doesn't need to be a zero-sum game. But talk me through it, because it
Yes.
has become a zero-sum game.
And it shouldn't be looked at as winners and losers.
Right.
You're right. We need to start working together. Our Constitution in California says we have to make beneficial use of our water and don't waste a drop. But that doesn't mean we have to fight over it. It just means we have to work together on projects. And a great example is the Sacramento Valley and the river, because you have water that's used for cities, for their drinking water, and other smaller rural communities. You have farmers down there. You have Pacific flyways, so you have wetlands used by the birds that come up and down from Canada to Mexico, and of course the fisheries. And all those need to be balanced and work together, but they can. I'll give you one example.
Please.
The fish, the salmon fry, when they come down the river, are very small, and there's very little nutrients in the river to help them grow bigger. And because we've changed the river so much over the years, well, now they're looking at projects where the rice lands, after they've harvested and they got water out there, actually redirecting these fry into their wetlands, where they get the nutrients, are protected from predators, they grow bigger, then they get them back out into the river maybe in a month or two when they go back down.
Because the salmon have had some tough years.
They do, and one of the biggest problems is the predators. The striped bass, which
Are we the predators, or?
No, actually, it's like the striped bass, which are not natural to our Sacramento River. At the same time that the fry are going downstream, the big mouth, the striped bass are coming upstream. It's just like a feeding frenzy.
And are they going after the juveniles?
Yes.
And that's the problem.
Yes,
the juveniles are
little
not
ones,
coming, they're not maturing.
Right, and they just don't have much of a chance, and so we need to get other ways to help them. And that's one of the things that the Northern California Water Association is working on.
Yeah, tell us about the Northern California Water
Yes.
Association.
They're working on trying to understand and promote as working together on mutual projects and things that will benefit everybody: fisheries, farmers, communities, environment, the Pacific Flyway. A lot of people don't realize the Sacramento Valley is a huge area for waterfowl coming up and down the west coast.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
And you'll see some great pictures of it, of what's there. It's majestic, it's beautiful, and so it is a great system as long as we make sure we protect it and work together in promoting water use for everybody.
Are we there?
And we're starting to get there.
I feel as if we're still yelling at each other.
There is some of that, but there's starting to become more of a process of people working together, and we need to promote that and work harder on that.
And with a new administration in Washington, Mr. Trump has made some statements. There's no drought in California. I don't know. I mean, it causes challenges.
Well, obviously, as you know, in Southern California, the drought's still going.
Right.
Yes.
And so, how do we work with our friends?
Well,
in
I
Washington?
think it's not so much the Washington side. I think it's more the state level where we can work together more with our partners and sometimes our former adversaries that now can be partners. There's environmental groups. There's a number of them that understand that they have to be part of the process as well, just like farmers have to be part of the process, and cities.
His name is Leonard Moty. He is a supervisor in beautiful Shasta County, California. My name is Brad Pomerance. We're coming to you from Palm Springs at the CSAC convention. You are joining us on Charter Local Edition.